pretty noticeable spot in the middle of the wall in the basement. Don't think Alana's parents would have left it there. Why do you think it was there?
I don't know. The house was weird.
Let me try a guess. I think this sort of discovery and the location is often associated with voodoo magic. Are any of your friends into voodoo?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't think so either. You seem like pretty normal kids.
They say normal a lot.
And even if you were getting a little carried away that day, that stuff is all made up. It doesn't work. It's just not every day that we find something like this, though.
No, it's not.
Her eye
It's
contact,
just not
though.
every day that we find something like this, though.
Look at that.
No, it's not.
Guilt all over it. It was her. She's looking at something. I'm telling you now that there's going to be some kind of like spirit in the room with them. I don't know.
I don't think we have much more left.
We found Alana's neighbor and are about to talk to her just
Nice.
to get some of the details you mentioned on paper. Since she lives right next door, but nothing you need to think about.
Are we going to the bar? Catch her act? She works at the bar where you were that night.
Lantern.
Probably the same person you saw singing that night.
Nice. A motley crew. Okay, I'm not gonna unlock that yet. There we go.
That day was just like any other. We got up around 9 or 10. You know, we're on vacation. And had some food, went to town, did some shopping. Alana and Emily and I got some cheap sunglasses and tried on some bathing suits. The guys stayed home, not really sure what they did. And I had to run to the post office to mail a letter. We got some food and coffee and headed home early in the afternoon. Oh, on our way home we visited some funny magic store. It's owned by a nice lady who we talked to. So we got home maybe around 3. I'm sorry, I'm not much more specific.
No, you're fine. You're actually being very helpful. Did you say a magic store?
Yeah, you know the one. The old mysticism shop on Main. Sells rocks and gems and all sorts of stuff. You can get your palm read or your fortune told or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know it. My kids and I have been in there too. They got a magic kit. Loved it.
The owner's a bit eccentric. Not sure how reliable her word is anyway, but you were saying?
We went to the store around 3, and then came home and spent the next couple of hours home. Then we went out for dinner.
At what time?
Then went to the bar.
Anything happen on the way home from the store? Were you all in the house the whole time before you went to the restaurant?
Nothing, and yeah, we were all at home the whole time before dinner.
What did you guys do? Tell us more about them.
Not much. We didn't have a whole lot of time before we got ready. Do you want to know more?
Sure. Tell us
Yes.
more about them. Who they were, basically anything that will help.
Which is where their names come in, I would assume. Okay, what if I type in boyfriend? That is so creepy, I'm telling you. Whatever. Talking of creepy, seems to be a word of the day. Really? Really? Wow. Aha.
The Black Moon. Ah. You know quite a lot more than I gave you credit for.
Michael.
Yes. It's important.
Can you tell I
in my
enjoy her?
field, in scientific terms. It is an additional new moon in a season. A moon lit from behind in full shadow. Invisible to most people on Earth.
Most people?
Yes, most people. We also call it a shadow moon.
Okay, so what's so special about this black shadow moon then?
The various stages of the moon cycle are important for many reasons. Practical uses like gardening and spell casting. Or just being when the barriers between our worlds are at their narrowest. That can have its advantages too.
And here I am doing my spell casting on Sundays during Dance Superstars.
Wow.
Well, anything to avoid having to watch.
I like the routines.
Okay. Yep, I'm doing every variation. Because you never know. Okay. What are her abilities? Does she do tarot? Really? Okay. Fortune? Palm reading? Come on, dude. What is that key on that animal? Toxicology. I know this is going back a long way, but I have got words that I want to search, and I want to know if there's any. Really? Nothing? What's... Hello, Heather. What's your blood type?
What blood type are you?
Don't go by her word.
I don't know. I always forget.
Sure.
What are you?
What?
So, we asked the hospital for it, actually. Your type, AB negative.
Would you look at that? She is a bit negative.
I am? Okay.
So what's interesting is when you were taken to the hospital, we noticed some dirt under your nails, and we scraped it and collected it. That dirt was actually part blood. It had blood in it. So we put that blood through a computer, and that told us what type of blood it was. It came back AB negative. That's what we got.
Okay.
We know you don't remember fighting anyone, but when we find blood under someone's nails, that
Offensive.
typically means there was a fight and someone scratched someone. You definitely don't remember fighting anyone, right?
No. I remember getting hit in the mouth or face, but nothing after that. I don't think I attacked the guy in the house. At least I don't remember fighting him up close. Maybe I scratched him a little when I ran by.
We actually have spoken with that suspect. He's in custody in the county jail right now, and we've checked his blood, and it doesn't match. Your blood's actually a pretty rare type. You haven't been depressed lately? Have you ever wanted to hurt yourself, hurt someone else? I mean, really badly? Maybe you got into a fight with your parents or someone, or have you wanted to cut yourself? Maybe get really drunk?
No, nothing like that.
Quick temper.
Okay.
Did any of the kids have the same type of blood? AB negative?
Actually, yeah. Alana had AB negative.
Uh-huh.
So we have two people with this rare blood type. Can we run the test again, make sure it's right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
It does. To some degree, at the very least, I think they got into a, what would you call it, a cat fight? Do they still call it that now? I think that there was some tension there between Brian, Alana, and Miss Gardner. Dirt's come up a lot. Any other information on blood? No. AB negative, eh? Why have I not got her results? Why are you not giving me any evidence of her results? I find that highly suspicious, sir. Good, I thought they were going to take me down a BTK route, and I don't need that. I searched Bonfire, right? I did, I remember. But again, right, let's give this new suspect a check, because whatever I search now is not going to include this fifth suspect, which I'm assuming is Natalie Bergstrom. Voila. Right, now, who does she look more like? Heather or Natalie? Heather's got more of a round face. Long face. Arrogant. Full of herself. What's that round her neck? Is it a key?
Good evening, officers. I hope this won't
That is not a key.
take long.
Is it crystal? Who the hell is Rick?
As you know, Rick, I'm gonna be seen at the club again in a few hours.
Well, we just need to ask you a few questions. As you know, there have been a set of murders at the house next to yours. We now have all of our main suspects in custody for questioning here.
I'm a suspect.
As someone connected to the victim's family who lives on the same street, you're on the list for now.
Just answer a few questions and we can scratch you off.
So let's get started. To confirm, you live on 1st Avenue East.
Yes, I live on First. I have lived there my whole life. My house has been in the family for quite some time. You know, I would figure you guys would have the records of who owned what in this town.
We're just going to ask some basic questions to get the facts down, to confirm some
Okay,
things
please,
first.
continue with your basic questions.
Right. So you grew up in this town, went to school here, work here?
Yep, never managed to leave.
What do you consider your occupation then?
I don't need to work at present. My late husband left me the appropriate compensation, and a few nights a week I see him downtown. You know, for
Appropriate?
pleasure.
So you consider yourself an artist type then?
Does this ordeal really need to be recorded?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, well, I just don't want to be recorded. I don't have to tell you why, but it's public record and it lasts forever. I just don't like it.
Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do there. We can have someone go over our data retention policies if you'd like.
Whatever, continue.
What a waste of time you are. That's all of our suspects. The press really had a field day with her when the case was in the media. Watch out with her. It's hard to tell fact from fiction from the things she says. I can tell by her expressions, mate. She's dodgy as sin. Okay. Her late husband left her with the appropriate compensation. That one sentence alone. Damn, son. Wow.
And you were contacted about the incident the other night on October 30th. The students by our department, right?
Well, I understand there were some deaths at the house nearby, yes, but I haven't heard much of anything else besides that. I only know that they were inflicted by someone else. Killed most likely, probably someone trying to rob them. Isn't that the extent of the crime here?
Awful acting.
Well-
Voluntary.
Well, I understand there were some deaths at the house nearby, yes, but I haven't heard much of anything else besides that. I only know
that they were voluntary. I mean, inflicted by someone else. What does that even mean?
I haven't heard much of anything else besides that. I only know that they were inflicted by someone else. Killed most likely, probably someone trying to rob them. Isn't that the extent of the crime here? And drunk hillbillies? I deal with them all the time at the club. Honestly, I never met any of these kids before besides the girl Alana. Her parents have owned that house for several years at their vacation property. Isn't it a shame about what happened to them? Always terrible when young people lose their lives. Don't get me wrong, right?
You've been sleeping with her father, and this is your reaction to her death? Wow.
What if I told you they were at the bar that you performed at 2 nights ago on the night of their deaths?
It makes no difference to me. A lot of people come to see me perform. Sorry if that's blunt, but that just has no bearing on me.
You didn't see them yourself? You didn't talk to them?
No. And it was a very busy night for me, with the festival and performing my act.
But you do know one of the girls who died, Alana.
Well, yeah, I know her. Had seen her occasionally in the past in the neighborhood. Know her parents well.
Did you say hello that night?
No, I don't remember them being there.
Do you get along with her parents?
Yes, mostly, I suppose.
Some of them very well. Isn't that right, Natalie?
And you're not upset?
Upset? About what?
You don't
Alana?
seem very upset that your friend's daughter has died.
Things like this happen, though.
What?
That's just my own view on life. Everyone's time comes to an end at some point. I don't know her that well either. There's no crime in that, right? By the way, do you have any cigarettes? Isn't that like a thing, like in films, smoking and being interrogated? This whole setup is all wrong. But I could use a cigarette.
No, we don't smoke in here. That's the movies.
No, that's the
Flip that.
70s.
Okay. Is there anyone you can think of who could have done this? The neighborhood seems so safe, and you've lived there for a long time, right? We checked our records, and you haven't had any break-ins or any real crime in your neighborhood or reported on your street really in years. Do you know of any problems, potential motives, something we might not know about?
Oh, we have a new person. Chief Vincent. Hi, it's the Chief. Looks like you're acquainted with the database and you've unlocked all of the suspects in this case. Good job. One thing to note is the database has a proprietary feature that lets you accuse any one or more of the suspects. It's the flashing A button at the top left of the screen. We're granting access to this feature from here on out. We trust that you'll only use it when you feel ready to. It puts out an APB for the marshals to arrest whoever you choose, so choose wisely. The whole department and town are counting on you to get this right. Everyone's been itching for a conviction from the start. Okay, but I'm not going to accuse someone when I don't even have full information on one suspect yet. But I can tell you right now, I don't think Caleb's involved. Not in the way they're accusing him of. I'm telling you now that Lieutenant Colton is shady as hell, and I don't trust him as far as I could throw him with gloves. Ruth is hilarious, but still suspicious. Heather is a jealous, angry girl who probably did some stuff, and Natalie is just dead inside. I don't even know how to describe Natalie, but the bottom line is they're not very nice people so far. But thank you for the accusatory button that I get to press whenever I feel like it. I'm still going to be looking into it. Breathe. I don't really know. I haven't looked at my notepad in ages. We are so far beyond all this now, I don't even know where to begin. Because we're going to have to retread ground now that we've got every single suspect in this case, because no doubt they'll have something to say about something we've searched.